Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. This week on The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam Spencer's health will continue to deteriorate and he will be running out of time to begin treatment. Liam's brain tumor and grim diagnosis came unexpectedly, but time is of the essence if he is going to try and fight the illness with proper treatment. Will Liam decide to fight for his life, or throw in the towel and let nature take its course? Keep reading to find out. Here's what's coming up next on Bold and the Beautiful. Spoilers ahead. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers tease some emotional scenes between Liam Spencer and his former rival Dr. Finnegan, Tanner Novlan. Liam confesses to Finn that his tumor symptoms seem to be getting worse, and he fears the end is near. Finn will continue to encourage him to make a decision about treatment, but it's a tough sell after Liam watched his mother suffer during chemotherapy. Rather than focus on trying to beat the tumor, B&B spoilers reveal Liam is ready to call it quits and say his goodbyes. In fact, this week he will shock Finn and make a special request that he look out for the kids after he is gone. There doesn't seem to be any inkling that Scott Clifton is leaving the CBS soap, but Bradley Bell and TPTB have become very good at keeping huge storylines and comings and goings quiet. In fact, the Bold and Beautiful cast has even followed his lead and began keeping a tighter lid on upcoming storylines. It's starting to look like a very real possibility that the writers could kill off Liam Spencer. Will someone be able to convince Liam to start treatment and save himself at the last minute? Or is this really the end of Scott Clifton on the CBS soap? The streets of Los Angeles glistened under the springtime sun, but Liam Spencer's world had never felt colder. For weeks, he'd wrestled with the aching truth that his love life was in shambles, that the choices he'd made were irreversible, and that he had to say goodbye to the life he once knew. It was a farewell that would shatter hearts, and not just his own. A tense start. Liam's sleepless nights. As dawn broke over the Forrester mansion, Liam sat in the guest house, staring at a photo of him, Steffi, and their children. He traced the edges of the picture with trembling fingers. Memories flashed, the laughter they'd shared, the promises they'd made. But all of it was slipping away. Brooke had stopped by earlier to offer her endless sympathy. Hope, too, had come to see if there was a way forward. But Liam's mind was a labyrinth of doubt and pain. He couldn't bring himself to face them. Not yet. It's time, he whispered to himself. The words like bitter medicine. It's time to say goodbye. Hope's heartache. A desperate plea. Meanwhile, at Forrester Creations, Hope Logan felt the weight of Liam's distance like a physical ache. She tried to stay strong, to focus on her line, hope for the future. But her mind was a carousal of worry. He's pulling away, she confessed to Brooke, her voice cracking. I can feel it, Mom. He's not just lost, he's already gone. Brooke took her daughter's hand. Honey, he's hurting. But maybe if you just show him how much you love him, remind him of what you've built together, he'll find his way back. Hope swallowed her tears. She refused to believe this was the end. She would fight for their love, even if it meant putting her pride on the line. Steffi's dilemma, torn between past and present. At the Cliff House, Steffi Forrester was caught in her own storm of emotions. Finn was everything she dreamed of, a devoted husband, a father to their children, a man who loved her with unwavering loyalty. But Liam had always been there, a chapter she'd never fully closed. She watched as Kelly played with her dolls on the floor, her innocent laughter a stark contrast to the chaos in Steffi's heart. Mommy, is Daddy coming over? Kelly asked sweetly. Steffi's heart twisted. No, baby. He's working through some things. Finn walked in, sensing her tension. Steffi, we need to talk about Liam. I can see he's struggling, but I'm worried about you. I want to protect you from getting pulled back in. Steffi met Finn's eyes. She knew he was right. But Liam was family, and his pain was her pain too. A painful confession. Liam opens up. Later that day, Liam finally found the courage to face Steffi. He showed up at the cliff house, his eyes red-rimmed and his shoulders slumped with defeat. Liam, Steffi whispered, pulling him inside. What's going on? He sank into the couch, his voice raw. Steffi, I've been trying to be strong. I've been telling myself that I can fix this, that I can make it right. But I can't. I've hurt everyone I love, including myself. She reached for his hand. You're a good man, Liam. You've made mistakes, but you've always tried to do what's right. He shook his head. Not this time. I've realized that I'm the problem, Steffi. I keep going in circles, between you and hope, between what I want and what I think I should want. I'm done hurting you both. Tears welled in Steffi's eyes. What are you saying? Liam drew a shuddering breath. I'm saying goodbye, Steffi. I'm leaving Los Angeles. Finn's fury, protecting his family. Liam met Finn's gaze. It's the only way. I can't keep dragging everyone down with me. Steffi tried to mediate. Finn, he's trying to find peace. We need to respect that. Finn's jaw tightened. I understand that, but what about Kelly? What about the kids? You can't just vanish, Liam. Liam's voice cracked. I'll make sure they know I love them. But if I stay, I'll just keep hurting them. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm asking for a chance to start over, for everyone's sake. Hope stand, fighting for their family. The kids, me, we're your home. I know, he whispered, his voice breaking. That's why I have to go. Brooke's wisdom, letting go to heal. As Hope sobbed in her mother's arms, Brooke felt the weight of decades of love and heartbreak. She'd seen Ridge come and go, she'd watched hearts break and heal. She knew that sometimes, letting go was the only way forward. Hope, sweetie, Brooke said softly, stroking her daughter's hair. I know this feels like the end, but sometimes we have to let the people we love find their way. Liam isn't abandoning you. He's trying to save himself. Hope swallowed hard. How do you let go of the man you love? Brooke's own tears glistened. You let go because you love him enough to let him find peace. A tearful goodbye. Liam's final moments in LA. On his last night in Los Angeles, Liam visited the cabin where he and Hope had shared so many memories. The fire crackled softly as he looked around, the warmth of the room a painful contrast to the chill in his heart. He picked up a photo of Beth and Douglas, his fingers trembling. Daddy loves you, he whispered. Always. Hope entered, her face pale. She didn't speak, just watched him with a sorrow that mirrored his own. I'll come back one day, Liam said softly. When I'm ready. When I know who I am. Hope nodded, her lips quivering. I'll wait for you. Just be safe. They shared one final, lingering kiss, a kiss filled with promises and goodbyes. And then he walked out the door, his footsteps echoing in the quiet night. The aftermath, a city in mourning. The next morning, the news of Liam's departure spread like wildfire. Ridge was shocked, but he understood the weight of heartbreak. Thomas, though secretly relieved that Liam was out of Hope's life, knew that this was no victory, it was a tragedy. Steffi held Kelly close, whispering that Daddy loved her but needed time to heal. Finn wrapped his arms around his wife, vowing to be the strength she needed. At Forrester Creations, Hope threw herself into her work, determined to find solace in her designs. She poured her love and grief into every sketch, hoping that one day, Liam would see them and know that she still believed in him. A glimmer of hope, Liam's new journey. As Liam drove along the Pacific Coast Highway, the ocean stretched endlessly before him. The wind whipped through his hair, and for the first time in years, he felt a flicker of something he hadn't known in a long time, freedom. He didn't know where he was going. Maybe up north, maybe across the country. All he knew was that he needed to find a place where he could breathe again, a place where he wasn't defined by the women he loved or the mistakes he'd made. He stopped at a scenic overlook and stepped out of the car. The waves crashed below, wild and beautiful. I'm sorry, he said to the wind, but I have to do this. He took a deep breath, feeling the weight of his past begin to lift. It wasn't a happy ending, but it was a beginning. Back in LA, a city holds its breath. In the days that followed, Steffi and Hope found themselves bonded by shared pain. They met for coffee, speaking in quiet voices about the man they both loved and the empty space he'd left behind. "It's not over," Hope said one morning, her eyes red but resolute. "He's still out there, and I'll be here when he's ready to come home." Steffi nodded. "I know. He'll always be in our hearts, no matter what." For now, though, life in Los Angeles would go on. Forrester Creations would keep thriving, families would keep gathering, and the sun would keep rising over the city of angels. But for Liam Spencer, the road ahead was uncharted. His journey was just beginning, and as he drove farther from the city, he whispered a final promise to himself: "I'll find my way back. One day." Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Boldi and BAUTVIFL UPDAT YouTube channel for more update news.